A student produced this for UND's TV show, Studio One.
Anytime you have more than two people from different backgrounds, it could be considered a diverse environment. This means you can encounter diversity at work, school, or even at home. Associate Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion, Sandra Mitchell, works with college students to recognize and embrace cultural differences. Thanks for being with us today, Sandra.
Thank you.
So I said what your title is. Can you explain what exactly that means and what your role is on campus?
Sure. My role is to really be the person who helps to guide the university to embrace, to understand diversity in all of its forms, and to become a community where we embrace that diversity and we see it as valuable to our learning environment as well.
Great. So what drove you to this career?
It was completely by accident. I've always been interested in it. I didn't know what to call it, but I've always found myself very interested in looking at issues around equity, who's at the table, who's not at the table, what ways are people at the table, and later discovered that this was something that I was just kind of called to do. So it's been a part of every job that I've done, either formally or informally in some way.
So why do you think it's important that every college campus has a position such as yours?
Well, I think universities need someone to lead the efforts. So we're doing great things, but to have someone who's the point person, who can help to guide some of those initiatives, who serves as a consultant or a resource to the administration, that's really my role and the role of positions like mine.
Okay, so I know that many college campuses have groups and organizations like this. What's the difference between those groups and an administration position like yours?
So those groups, they tend to serve students, or they provide a safe space for students. So there are several things. One is the affinity groups, which I think you're speaking of. Those are like the Latino Student Organization. They are places where students can come together to join with other students who are like them or who want to learn about their particular culture or idea. And they become places where students gain valuable leadership at the same time learning about their culture or someone else's. As an administrator, my job is much broader than that. I work with curriculum, I work with policy, I work with faculty, staff, and students as well.
Okay, so UND is technically a diverse campus. What defines diversity?
Diversity simply means difference. And so I loved what you said at the beginning about having more than one person makes it diverse, because everyone is different. Diversity itself is about our human differences, but also our human similarities. And so UND has a lot of diversity. It's not necessarily defined by race, which is what we commonly look at when we talk about diversity.
Okay, so you said diversity is more than just skin color. Right. How do you market that idea to students who want to come to this campus?
I would tell students that a university is a place where you can gain exposure to different ideas and perspectives. And you get to meet people who are different from you, who have different ways of seeing the world, who've had different experiences. That's what diversity is about on a college campus.
Okay, can you give us an idea of what an ideal campus would look like in terms of diversity and inclusion?
The ideal campus would be one with lots of different people speaking lots of different languages, and it's just the norm. It's as natural as breathing to have different people and different ideas, different perspectives, a place where there's civil discourse going on all the time, and at the same time everyone values that as a way of learning.
Okay, so you mentioned a lot about working with students on campus. How do you work with staff and professors on campus?
So far that work has involved things like consultations about, I want to add a diversity element to my course. How do I do that? Or I have a question about pedagogy, about how I teach to a diverse population. Those are very common discussions to have with faculty.
And what are your plans to contribute to this change on the campus?
Well, first it's education. Having discussions like we're having now about what diversity is, that it's more than just race, but really talking about how we define diversity is the first part of that. And then letting everyone know that diversity is everyone's business, not just mine or people who look like me.
So how do you think diversity will be different in 10 years on the campus?
I think we'll probably see a lot more visible diversity, so people of color on campus. And I think we'll have a lot more opportunities for people to really interact with folks who are different than themselves.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.